This is the Goon Wars patch 3.0.13 update, which I believe has a bunch of new cards. So this is actually pretty hype. What is this? So for anyone who doesn't know, this is going to go on YouTube, but we're also streaming on Twitch right now. So that's a link to the game. This is one of my partners that I've started working with, and I love this game. I fucking love it. You can go watch some of my beginner guides and stuff to get info. Long story short, card game with no energy system, which sounds stupid, but is actually really, really fun. No energy system. You can play any card on turn one. So they've added these cards to the game. These are cards from the Genesis set that have already been sold, but they weren't programmed in yet, for those who don't know. So let's look at what just got added. So first up, Traveling Edme. This is a really interesting card. 10/10 MIA for 4 turns. So it's the biggest stat line with the biggest MIA. The only card other than Edme that has 4 turns of MIA that I'm aware of is Slug Life. 4/4. I'm sorry, it's not 4/4. My brain is scrambled. It's a 7/7 barrier with 4 MIA. So this is the other MIA 4. The question is it okay to wait 4 turns for this thing to wake up and then another turn for Summoning Sickness? Is all of that going to be worth it for a 10/10? And I think the answer is probably yes. I think at least like 4 color decks will probably do it just to have another huge stat line. Because you can run Roided Radis, you can run Magnum Crunch, you can run Karen Wrath, but like, how many debuff cards, how many big stat hate cards can you fit into your deck? Maybe not enough to counter all the options. So I think big stats decks will probably like this. It'll be OP in random mode for sure. Secret Whale is going to be awesome for the water decks. 1/1 pounce, gain +1/+1 for each water card in your hand. This actually is going to be one of the strongest pounce cards in the game right now, since Electric's best pounce isn't added in yet. Unless they, no, not yet. So this is going to be, I love the background math. NFT plus Cope equals not going to make it. GM to the power of 10 times FOMO equals we're all going to make it. Pretty silly. This is the strongest pounce in the game, I think. This might make water more worthwhile than Electric. Electric still seems kind of mid anyway. I had a really good day with it, and then I kind of had a worse day the next time I went back to it. So definitely a good one for the water decks. Kahir, 0/4, gain +1 attack for each card in your hand. I think this is really strong, actually. I think this is another one for big stat lines. Because, I mean, I don't know. You can have a lot of cards pretty often. I'm actually curious, because this can be like a 5/4 or a 6/4. By the way, this is another card that demonstrates how broken the croissant is. I'm talking to you, Kyle, right? That's the card design. Your name is Kyle. I'm talking to you, Kyle. I need 6 cards in hand to make this a 6/4. How come croissant is a 6/6 unconditionally with more upside? Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. Another example of how incredibly broken croissant is. This is very conditional to be weaker than the croissant. Croissant is broken. Great example. Oops. It's really obvious. Everyone wake up. Nerf croissant. Okay, next. Fior Flame Cheeks. It doesn't matter if it's epic. It's still overpowered. It should not be as strong as it is. If you're telling me that the strong rare cards should be overpowered, then we have a fundamental disagreement of how card games should be designed. They should be strong, but not like significantly overpowered. Which croissant is like significantly overpowered, like levels above anything else. All right, next up, Fior Flame Cheeks, 4/4 Warcry for every fire spell played this turn. Friendly fire creatures gain +1 attack. Oh, that's really strong as well. All these attack buff type spells are really strong. Yeah, Berserker is also quite overpowered. Berserker should be a 2/1 or something. I completely agree. Berserker and Croissant are probably the 2 cards that I think are most overpowered now. Those are the only 2. I don't think anything else bugs me. Croissant bugs me a lot, and Berserker, I have it, and it's like cool for me, I guess, but I still think it's overpowered. I totally agree. Anyway, Fior Flame Cheeks, very exciting. Single player, give a creature -1/-1 for each turn this card was held in your hand. I think this could be really underrated. I'm not positive. The art is fucking like weird. There's classic Goon Wars just creeping me out somehow. Somehow creeping me out with really normal, like it's a bag of chips and a controller, but I'm still creeped out. This card I think has a lot of potential, maybe a better version of Extreme Illusionist. Cursed Dweller, 1/1 Warcry, return an enemy creature to its owner's hand, then each player discards a random card. That's fun. Anti-combo card, anti-electric, anti-water, that's fun. Crow's Peeping Pirate, 1/3 with Barrier. Whenever this attacks and deals damage to the enemy avatar, rummage for a water spell. The fact that it has Barrier makes it pretty interesting. The one thing about this is it's incredibly weak to Make It Rain. Make It Rain destroys a creature with 3 attack or less, and if that creature is on a water tile, then you get to draw a card. So this is going to die to that. Barrier doesn't protect it against spells. So that's the one thing, but if you can rummage for multiple spells, that is incredible. This, as an electric card, will be really strong. Yeah, water is going to be really interesting, but Secret Whale. I don't know about the pirate, though. I don't know. Shark Z sounds cool. Yeah, 2/2. Whenever a mystery card is played, gain +2/+1. This should go into my 4-color deck for sure. Damn, might have to play a few games of Goon Wars after Gods Unchained. I might have to squeeze in an hour because I want to try some of these cards. And then this card, of all the artworks and all the names, this is the one that makes me just go, what the fuck? Why? Why? Well, guys, why? Goon Wars, why? 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 That's all I have to say. Why? Not because of the effect, but because of the art and the name. I mean, you know, okay. All right. All good. All right. Features. Let's look at some features real quick. So they implemented a random mode switcher. You love it, Booty? That's good. Kyle wanted it really badly. Kyle really wanted a dildo. Okay. Well, I'm not judging. Completely septed from constructed mode. Yeah, so hot take, we are not ready for 2Qs. Guys, listen to me. No one wants to hear this, but you are not ready for 2Qs. Having ranked, constructed, and random at the same time is a bad idea. Something should probably be done about that. I'm not mad. I'm also not going to I'm just going to point it out calmly. You are not ready for 2Qs. 2Qs is a problem. I do love random mode, though. Don't get me wrong. I love random mode, but yeah, 2Qs is a problem. It's actually a big problem. This is probably the biggest mistake you guys are making right now, is adding a second Q. That's like a big blunder. And I know there's a lot of reasons why it seems nice. This is a blunder for sure. Even though random mode itself is fun, but the implementation is a blunder. Is what it is. Next up, added a toggle on desktop positioned to the right of the battle button for switching between modes. Users can now switch between mode by holding the battle. Yeah, so there just shouldn't be 2 modes. It's way too early. Random mode, there is a place for it, but having it as a second queue 24/7 is a mistake. Straight up. I hope everyone will reconsider that. I understand it's counterintuitive. It seems like, what are you talking about? But yeah. All right. Next, refine the leaderboard drop-down menu for both desktop and mobile. Sure. Glow effect on inbox. Okay. Filter news articles. Fine. Anti-cheating mechanisms. That's great. And then let's see. Bug fixes. Am I able to hit face with my damage creatures now? Let's see. Rummage fix. Oh, this is good. If a player doesn't select something in Rummage, it'll automatically give them one randomly. Toucan Scam got fixed. Beast interaction. I'm looking to see. No, they didn't fix the card I'm waiting for. That's okay. I'm waiting for Captain Orangebeard and the electric version to get fixed so they can deal damage to face. That's okay, though. Yeah. All right. That's a good update. Nice. I just wanted to go through that real quick. Actually, really excited. Those new cards. This is what I've been looking for with Goon Wars. Like, getting 9 cards at once feels really good. This gives me a lot more confidence that we're going to get the full Genesis set programmed in a reasonable pace. Because that's my biggest fear, is like, after a few months from now, me like running out of ideas for content, and like the Genesis set still 1 or 2 cards at a time. So the idea of getting 9 cards at once is a very, very that's really good.